and action. Hello YouTube, Kevin Chamberlain here again. Now I've done two top 11 lists. One of my top 11 favorite anime women, and the other are my top 11 moments of Rocko's Modern Life, even though those bastards blocked it. YouTube frustration aside, this is my top 11 favorite anime villains. Why top 11? Because I'm a fan of the nostalgia critic. Number 11, Cell from Dragon Ball Z. Unlike other villains of the DBZ universe, Cell was my favorite. He kept me interested, his fights with Goku and Gohan always kept me on the edge of my seat when I was a kid, and he was a force to be reckoned with once he absorbed 17 and 18. His plans were simple, but overall deadly. Number 10, Muska from Castle in the Sky. Muska was very memorable as far as Miyazaki villains go. He was sophisticated, elegant, confident, and he was voiced by Mark Hamill.
Oh, but Lexi, you need me more than you know.
Yes, that's my demonstration of Mark Hamill. He planned to take control of Laputa and remains calm and collected about it up until the very end and gets really, really crazy. Muska is the only major male villain in all of the Miyazaki films, as far as I can tell. Number 9, Toryuga from Mahoromatic. What I like about this villain is that he was evil, but he had standards. He definitely showed fealty and loyalty towards his alien organization, Saint. His quarrel was with Vespar and those who aided them, like Mahoro, not with the innocent civilians, which is why he saved Shizuko in his introductory episode. He was likable, honorable, and being voiced by Stephen J. Blum, who also voiced Spike Spiegel in Cowboy Bebop, that's a definite plus for me, and that's all the more reasons why he's number 9 on this top 11 list. Number 8. Merrick Ishtar from Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged. As much as I didn't really care for Yu-Gi-Oh! Save for Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged by Little Karibo, Merrick made things more interesting, despite the fact that it centers around a children's card game, to which I say, as Little Karibo did, that Kaiba kid needs to get laid. But that aside, with his dark self from the Millennium Rod taking over him, he looks badass. Crazy eyes, glowing Millennium Eye, a hard-to-beat strategy, and a hairstyle that resembles wings and a Super Saiyan. It's like how Yul Brynner from Ten Commandments had the cape that resembled wings and made him look like a great bird of prey. However, when it comes to ancient Egyptian authenticity, Yu-Gi-Oh! Has much to learn on that subject. Yul Brynner fits the role of badass Egyptian much more so than Merrick, or even Yugi for that matter. However, since Ten Commandments is an anime, it doesn't count. Number 7, Toguro from Yu Yu Hakusho. Toguro was the badass of the Yu Yu Hakusho universe. He was built like a tank and mostly quiet. With his older brother, they were virtually unstoppable. At 100%, he looked like Obelisk the Tormentor and could suck the souls of weaker people. That's a sign of a badass villain. Number 6, Nosferatu Zod from Berserk. Nosferatu Zod is a brew. Just a brew, but a great one at that. He was really unlike any anime villain I'd ever seen. He looked like something out of a silent horror film. In fact, his name does come from the F.W. Murnau silent film, Nosferatu. Zod definitely brings out the silent horror film fascination in me. He's immortal. He even made Guts experience horror for the first time. And this was to the guy who fought 100 soldiers and made him experience fear. Number 5, Aizen from Bleach. This guy is fascinating in the sense of how he pulled the strings behind his betrayal to the Soul Society and his establishment of the Espada. He went from looking like Austin Powers to something completely different. I'd say Dr. Evil, but Dr. Evil is bald and funny. His Zanpakuto Shikai was perfect hypnosis, and if you've seen it even effects once, that's all it takes for him to either trick you or slaughter you, or both. He even stabbed his ever-loyal Lieutenant Momo Hinamori once he dropped his shroud and ditched those glasses. My only downside is that he's way too smug. He's kind of like Grodd from Justice League. Number 4, Akito Soma from Fruits Basket. First thing I gotta get out of the way is that he is actually a she. I know, a lot of people find it hard to believe, but that's a bad side effect of when an anime goes into production before its root manga is fully complete and the characters are fleshed out. However, since I'm going by anime terms, Akito's been mentioned too many times as a male, especially in the way he looks, dresses, and was even voiced by Chad Klein. He's head of the Soma family and bears the core of the Soma curse. He certainly alienated himself from most of the Soma family, and after all the crap he did to them, why wouldn't they? He whipped Yuki many times just for disobeying him when he was a kid. He hurt Kisa when Hiro told him about his love for her, hurt Atori's eye in response to wanting to get married and blamed it on Kana, psychologically scarring her. All I can say is that Akito has a lot of issues and has yet to learn about the golden rule. Treat others the way you want to be treated. Number 3, Diva from Blood Plus. Where do I begin with this forever scarred for life Chiropteran? She killed Joel and his party guests, although everyone agrees that she had every right to based on how badly he treated her. She pulled the strings behind the Delta 6-7 project, which turns people to Chiropterans, drank Riku's blood, forcing Saya to turn him into her own Chevalier. She raped and killed Riku, which was probably one of the saddest moments of the show. Tried to turn Kai into her own Chevalier, and attempted to turn the world into Chiropterans. She was definitely a seductress, and had more Chevaliers than Saya. She eluded the Red Shield all the way to New York, where the series started in Okinawa, westwards. Damn, she was definitely a force to be reckoned with. Number 2, Fira King Bradley, aka Pride, from Fullmetal Alchemist and Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. My god, this guy is like the Emperor Palpatine of the Fullmetal Alchemist universe. He's also the leader of the homunculi. He's Pride. Funny thing about him is that, is it just me, or does he kind of resemble Principal Prickly from the show Recess in a more badass way? Pride is clever, quick with a sword, badass, fearless, charismatic, practically immortal, and has the full authority of Central's military government, as well as the homunculi at his disposal. This is one daunting, badass anime villain, very fitting for the number 2 spot on this list. But as it says in the Book of Proverbs, pride goes before a fall. Okay. Number 1, Sephiroth from Final Fantasy VII. Sephiroth is like the anime equivalent to the devil. He is evil incarnate. Nothing tops that, not even Pride from Fullmetal Alchemist, because the sins themselves answer to Satan. If I imagine what the devil is like, Sephiroth would match my description in almost every way. Tall, handsome, long hair, one angel wing to denote his fallen grace, deadly and dangerous, virtually immortal, and he's the ultimate badass villain in the anime world, in my opinion. Plus he's left-handed. The devil is believed to be a lefty, which caused superstition before and during the Renaissance era. Nothing as far as I know would scare Sephiroth, except for God himself. He and Cloud are practically destined to keep fighting till Armageddon. Sephiroth also wields a very long samurai sword known as Masamune, that only he can wield so effectively. He also killed Eris. Sephiroth also has probably, without a doubt, the best theme song, One Winged Angel. Both versions are the best. Sephiroth, the number 1 anime villain on my list. And those are my top 11 favorite anime villains. Next will be my top 11 favorite anime heroes. Bye.